Hello. So I've been putting off this video for a while now, mostly because I wasn't sure how to film it, and then I decided a voiceover would be the best, but then I'd never done a voiceover before, so I got nervous and then I never did it, but it's okay, we're doing a voiceover today. But it's my first time, so please bear with me. So basically I've been using Notion for about a year now, and I've posted my Notion templates online as well. So I decided it's probably time I did a proper explanation on how to use them. And if you're interested in them, I will have them linked in my description down below. Okay, so I'll just start. So this is the layout of the homepage. It's actually very simple, especially compared to the others I've seen online. But this is what works for me. So at the top is the overall view with the pages on the left, calendar, and some Indify widgets. For my own page, actually, I use the Google Calendar widget on Indify, so it actually syncs with my Google Calendar on my phone, which is pretty convenient. So yeah, that's what I use. Okay, I'll explain the pages first and then I'll move on downwards. So under modules, this is how I track my courses for the semester as a university student. So the idea is that when you get your mods, you just need to enter the details in here, and it opens up as a page. So over here, I usually type in things like the weightage of different assessments in the module, the prof's contact details, that sort of thing, and then I'll fill up the rest of the table as the term goes on. And when the term is done, you just drag it into the archive toggle and click the new term button to generate a new table. I know this might not apply for everyone, so if you are, say, a secondary school student, you could probably just use one table and then adjust the columns as you like. Okay, moving on to assignments. This is very straightforward. So the table basically tracks your assignment deadlines. You just need to fill up the details, select the deadline, and then the table calculates the number of days left towards it. Okay, next is the commitments page. So I realized as a university student, I was starting to get involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. So this page is just to help track those activities. So like the involvements page is to track what projects or activities you're currently involved in and their commitment period, so you don't overload yourself in any one period of time. And the sign-ups table is to track potential commitments. So basically you collate all your important interview dates here in one place, and you can also input the status of it over here. Okay, moving on to the notes page. So I put it in gallery view just to see the pictures. It's very self-indulgent, but anyways, the idea of it is that each one opens up into a page for your notes for that module. And how I do my notes is that since in university, there's usually a new topic taught every week. So I just type in the week number, the topic, and guess what? It opens up into its own page, which is where I take notes for the week. And then after that, you can just close it all up and it goes back into one notes page. Okay, and then this brings us to the archive page. So this is where I move the notes table to when I'm done with the term. So going back to the notes page, you just need to click this and just click move to and type in archive. And this page is just to help keep things neat, so that my notes page has my current notes and the archive has any old notes I want to keep. Okay, next is content. So this definitely doesn't apply to everyone, but I'll just walk through this quickly. So this is my posting calendar, where you can just add dates in like this and drag it around to change the date. And on the right is to track my sponsored or PR content, and below is sort of like a post-it note board thing to ideate for different platforms. And the cool thing is that you can add a new idea like so, and it opens up into a page if you need to break it down into smaller parts. And you can drag it under different statuses as well, all the way to completion, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, next up is expenses. So this template is actually from Jenny's Studies. I thought it was really neat and it worked by itself, so I just copied it into my own page. So when you're done with the month, you just need to drag the tables under the toggle and start a new month. Moving on to my reading list. For me, my list of books to read is always growing, so I like to track them in a simple table over here. And next, for goals, I decided to split them up by category, but feel free to change them. And they just open up into their own subpages for you to list down your goals. And finally, in the brain dump page is literally for anything you want to store in Notion that doesn't really fit in the other pages. Or if you're, say, in a rush and just need someone to type something, you can do it here and deal with it later. Okay, next. We're done with the pages, so I'll move on to the homes page. So this is the overall to-do list. So as my tasks pile up, I'll separate them into school or miscellaneous, which is all my life is now apparently. And on the right is the linked databases for my content and my assignments. So say if I expand the post calendar, for example, it brings me to the expanded view of the calendar. And same goes for my assignments. I just put them on the home page so I can see them easily together with the rest of my tasks. And the difference between the school section and the assignment section for me is assignments are directly linked to the module, whereas under school I put things like revise this chapter for midterms, so on and so forth. The picture on the left just acts as a spacer, so the elements below don't keep shifting lower when you add more tasks. Okay, moving down, this is the weekly calendar. So I usually input my calendar for my classes here and any other recurring events. And at any point in time, say I'm planning my weekly to-do list, I can drag my tasks from above and sort them into different days of the week, so I can spread out my workload and kind of envision what I'm supposed to finish in the week. Okay, finally, there's the hourly plan at the very bottom. So I don't use this all the time, but it is useful for when I'm planning out a productive day. So in the timeline here, you can easily add a new task and adjust the duration like so. And it also shows up on the calendar for an overall view. So for the weeks leading up to finals, I use this calendar for my study schedule. And that should be all, so I'll probably keep adjusting the template as and when I find something that works for me. I know it's pretty simple, but I hope you found it useful. And I also recently made a bt21 version of the same template, just because. So if you want any of my templates, you can find them linked down below. They're all for free. And if you need instructions on how to get them, they're in my Instagram highlights. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Bye.